from smallest place all the way to Zion down. So as we can all see, this used to be the road or the end to development per the plan for Isla or per the local plan, the southern sector. This was supposed to be the end of the development where the green area and the blue and comprised of the buffer zone. We would like to show you the image so that you have a clear picture as to how it looks like. So on your extreme left, that is 2002. That's how the Kpeshi was. And on the right hand side, 2007, that's how Kpeshi was. You can only see a few developments. So the major development within Chado was the trade fair. And you could also see that all these places were wetland. We only have some few solid land across. Back to 2008, that was the Karen development. That's when buildings started erupting at Chado. So you could clearly see that the world plan layout for Chado or Isla was being abided with. So the road was there clearly and nobody was coming across. But coming to 2013, where the red line is, used to be the road. According to the plan, that's where development was supposed to end. But from 2013, we can clearly see that people were moving beyond the red line. That's beyond the planned settlement. They were entering into the buffer zone. 2014, the development was still ongoing. But getting to 2015, we started losing the Kpeshi gradually. That's when people started to fill up the place. So you could clearly see that the Kpeshi, as the buffer or the water line, was gradually shrinking up, starting from 2015. The left side of the Kpeshi, that's from Zenith, the drain from Zenith, going all the way to the main Kpeshi, that's when people started filling up the buffer zone. So we started losing all the greens along that side into human settlement. Then back to 2018, you could clearly see that the greens were no more. We were only left with just a few portions. The place were clearly filled with laterite and being made to put up human settlement. 2020, 2022. There is a critical stage where the Kpeshi, we started losing the Kpeshi completely. So 2020, 2022, the Kpeshi or the drain line was narrowed at that point in time. Development has taken all over. Human settlement has increased rapidly. So you can't clearly define the boundary between the buffer and where the human settlement was supposed to end. So if you look at 2020, on the extreme right-hand side, that's from Zion side coming, you could see that there have been development just along the buffer. And the extreme right-hand side, which is after the Zion side, you could see that development has gradually taken all over, and the Kpeshi is no longer being the Kpeshi that we used to know back from 2002. This image shows the current state of the Kpeshi. So myself and you, we can all bear witness that the Kpeshi is no longer as it used to be. Where the cursor is, you could clearly see that filling is seriously ongoing, which is narrowing the Kpeshi drain path. And this has been the major reason why the lower side of Chado is experiencing flood anytime we have a heavy downpour, because the waterway has been filled. The path in which the water is supposed to run through has been narrowed. So the excess water coming from the upstream, that's from Ebri all the way to the sea, has been narrowed. So the water has no place to pass other than to pass through the human settlement, which unfortunately is also on the lower side of the municipality. So upon stakeholder engagement, they will come to a defined conclusion as to the action to take based on the images that has been taken. So these are some of the images. All these laterites are going into the Kpeshi. So we are not doing ourselves any good. So we are just pleading that we can at least save the remains that we have. But if you continue to do this, that means that we are going to put the people of Isla in danger. The necessary action will be taken. whether they are to be taken off or there's going to be a management team around it so that we can at least save the remaining buffer zone that we have within the Kpeshi.
Ejimi ke bo